Take a look at this video. Adobe just introduced a new AI agent feature. We'll start with an AI Agent Orchestrator, and I'll explain it to you as we go along, but watch this clip first.
Thank you, Rachel. Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here this morning. In yesterday's keynote, Shantanu and Anil described the Adobe AI platform, where data, models, and ultimately agents support all your marketing, productivity, and creativity endeavors. Now, that technology comes to life in Adobe Experience Platform and all its associated applications, really unleashing agentic AI to deliver unified customer experiences. Now, last year, we introduced the AI Assistant. It's a technology that allows you to use natural language to seek insights from your customer experience data. Going forward, we are supercharging the AI assistant with agents. So I'll spend a few minutes describing what are agents. Well, to start with, they are powerful software artifacts that are both intelligent and autonomous. You continue to engage with them through conversations, but they go beyond answering questions. They can actually do things for you. I mean, you have to tell them what you want, what are your goals, what are your constraints, and then they get to work, often in the background, and they'll proactively make suggestions, filling in gaps. And it turns out that Adobe Experience platform applications are a natural fit for such agents. So sure enough, we are tightly integrating them into all your favorite applications, like the real-time CDP, Adobe Journey Optimizer, Customer Journey Analytics, and Adobe Experience Manager. Now, all these capabilities will be surfaced through the AI assistant. So thereby, you have a uniform interface across the board. Behind the scenes, the AI Agent Orchestrator will manage all these agents for you. So maybe let's take a look at a few of the agents that are on their way. The first is the audience agent. So as the name suggests, this is your ally when it comes to audiences, and it is tightly interwoven into real-time CDP. And via the familiar AI assistant interface, you'll now be able to create and manage audiences. So let's take an example of an online travel website. And say an audience specialist goal is to increase car rentals through cross-sell. The specialist can ask the AI agent to find customers with flights, cruise, or hotel bookings in the next 6 months, and then filter the ones that have a high propensity to add car rental. So if you see that the directives are pretty simple that the practitioners are providing to the AI assistant. But what happens behind the scenes is a lot more complex. Now, the agent begins by analyzing your stated goals and constraints. It reasons about your intentions. And then it generates an orchestration plan, picking up relevant attributes and events from unified profiles. It may even build some descriptive and predictive models on the fly to estimate audience sizes. And eventually, the agent explains the plan to the practitioner, seeks adjustments, and then based on your feedback, it can update the plan and then go into action. So in effect, you as a practitioner are specifying what you want, and the agent focuses on the how. And of course, all of this is managed by the agent orchestrator behind the scenes. So next up is the journey agent. Now, this is embedded within Adobe Journey Optimizer. So, just like the audience agent, this also accepts your directives in natural language to create and manage journeys. So, it can handle, basic things like, hey, what are my top performing journeys? Or stop all upsell journeys. But it does go further than that. So, if we take travel and hospitality, it's an industry with loyalty tiers like gold, silver, platinum. And when customers risk losing status, brands have to bring them back into the fold. So, how do you incentivize them to kind of stay on track? That's the goal. And the constraint is that loyalty programs, they run on an annual cycle. So when this problem via these goals and constraints is proposed or stated to the agent, it will design a journey to entice certain customers that are off track with relevant offers. It'll look up the past travel behavior, it'll look up their loyalty status, it'll combine that with industry knowledge as well as with brand requirements, and then it'll recommend when and how to nudge customers, deciding on the right offers, the timing, as well as the channels. Now, these recommendations with explanations will be presented to the practitioner, and they can refine them iteratively. So, I think you'll see a pattern here that you are always in the driver's seat, and you have an autopilot that you can switch on. So now that you've built your audiences and crafted what you think are the perfect journeys, that's awesome. But we know that experimentation in marketing is an always on exercise. As customers change or markets evolve, you want the ability to play with new ideas. And to that end, we are building the experimentation agent. Now, the experimentation agent, it lets you quickly cycle through ideas, deploying the ones that prove effective. So again, let's take an example. Say you want to increase the new subscriber engagement. You present this to the agent. In turn, it gathers insights from your customer experience data, as well as prior experiments, and it'll generate multiple ideas or hypotheses. It even predicts results for each hypothesis. So let's say one suggestion that the agent makes is to incentivize subscribers with small rewards for completing certain tasks. You like the expected lift, you choose to run that experiment, and at the end of which, it's going to summarize the results in a way that are pretty easy to comprehend. So at that point, based on real world validation, you can either productize that experiment or you can continue to iterate further. So with that, let's look at how Marriott is using agents to enhance their Bonvoy guest experiences. With me on stage, I have Rachel Hannesian, our Senior Product Manager for Generative AI. Over to you, Rachel.
So in a nutshell, this AI orchestrator manages different AI agents across different departments: marketing, creativity, and development. Think of an example where you have a customers who have a planned trip coming soon and you want to sell them additional services. Let's just say a rental car or something like that. This AI agent will take all the data, make an actionable plan for you, and all you have to do is to make it okay to move forward with it. So you will be the one making decision at the end of the day, but it does all the technical work for you. It will make predictive models for these tasks and execute it. Now, this is huge if it works, but this is not just in theory, it's already in practice. Now, take an example. Watch this video where Marriott actually use it, how they encourage their travelers to stay longer and possibly spend more money for their business. So this agent is already making money for one of the biggest hotel chain, Marriott. But listen to the clip.
Thanks so much, Andro. I'm excited to show you all a host of new capabilities that are coming to Adobe Experience Cloud that will help brands deliver unified and even more personalized consumer experiences across all touchpoints. Before we get started, I'd like to thank Marriott for allowing us to use their brand for this vision demo. And all data and workflows that I show are fictitious to protect the privacy of Marriott guests. Now, Marriott's business travelers are really as loyal as any in the hospitality industry. And empowered by new Adobe capabilities, they're finding smarter ways to inspire Bonvoy business travelers to extend their trips. I mean, how many of you all are sticking around in Vegas after Summit? All right, a couple of you. Well, let me show you a glimpse of the experience that Marriott can deliver. I've just finished booking a work trip to Las Vegas. After booking, I receive a notification to extend my stay. Now, I'm just thinking business right now, so I'll swipe it away. But later, when I'm in my confirmation email, I notice that there's an opportunity for a points bonus if I extend my trip. When I tap through, I see discounts on local Vegas activities. And wait, what? Is that a discounted helicopter tour? I'm going to extend my trip with this activity. And now I'm all set for my Vegas work trip. Now, that Marriott upsell experience was delivered to guests at scale, leveraging several new Adobe capabilities. Why don't we check in to see how we put it together? I'll start by finding the right audience to target for my goal of extended business trips. I'll do this using Audience Agent, a new goal-oriented way for practitioners to create and refine audiences in Adobe Experience Platform. I'll start by asking Audience Agent through AI Assistant, help me expand my extended stay plan with additional audiences. It looks like Audience Agent came up with 3 audiences based on my goal. And looking a bit more closely, luxury travelers will play really well for this campaign. So I'll add that to my plan. Once I'm on the canvas, I can actually simulate engagement across the different channels using machine learning on the fly. And it looks like I have a pretty good opportunity for email promotion. I'll definitely be capitalizing on that later. Last, I'll optimize my audience just by focusing on profiles that have a high propensity to convert. And with that, I just got a pretty sweet upgrade, and I didn't even have to pass by the front desk for it. Now that my audience is optimized, let's sculpt the journey that these business travelers are on. Rather than starting from a blank slate, I'll just prompt AI Assistant to create a journey to incentivize business travelers to extend their trip to include leisure time. Now, AI Assistant is using past journey performance data as a reference to help me come up with some basics for my use case. It even identified the 2 audiences that I just optimized. I'll indicate further that I need a FOMO-inducing push notification, a personalized confirmation email, and discounts on local activities. Fantastic. That saved me a lot of time. With just a few short prompts to AI Assistant, I was able to publish a draft of my journey all the way to the canvas. Easier than room service. Okay, but we're not done yet. We now need to continuously optimize the journey that these business travelers are on using experimentation. And to do this, I'll use Experimentation Agent. Now, the metric that I'm trying to move is booking extensions. It looks like Experimentation Agent has already come up with a pretty promising hypothesis for me, that promoting discounted excursions instead of a points bonus will drive more booking extensions. Using this information, I can add an additional treatment to my journey. And then based on simulated performance, I'll either roll this experience out to everyone, or I'll go back and find another hypothesis to test. But for now, I'm ready to pack my bags and go. Back to you, Angel.
Marriott cleverly uses this agent to predict your interest and give you suggestions at the right time. Now, imagine if you're a traveler and you book a trip and you're about to cut your trip short, or you book it for a short period of time, but then you find out that there is a lot of activity happening in the city that is of your interest, and you'll probably be interested. Let's say if you're into food or some food festival, or if you are into baseball and there is a baseball game going to happen, something of that nature. It can help you to extend your stay. Now, another innovative agent they have worked on is the Brand Concierge. Well, let's just listen to this video and then we'll talk about that.
Thank you, Rachel. That was awesome. We are truly thrilled by the uptake of our AI capabilities. On the AI assistant, an overwhelming number of you have adopted it, and we've heard from you that you're seeing significant productivity gains. Here is a quote from a customer that is quite representative of what we are hearing. AI assistant has saved us hours troubleshooting, data, journey, and audience management. Even on agents, the early feedback has been equally promising. We've seen great success at AAA Northeast. They saw a 165% increase in car rentals while targeting just a fraction of their prior audience sizes. So in this case, less is more. Wegmans, they also saw 3x higher engagement rates using AI-powered audiences for mobile campaigns. Now, just as marketing practitioners have the AI assistant, your brand's customers will also soon have a similar technology at their fingertips. And we are calling this the Adobe Brand Concierge. Now, we are all familiar with the power of commodity LLMs. At Adobe, we are taking this technology a step further. Brand Concierge is really the fusion of generative AI with customer profiles and your brand's asset portfolio. So much like the AI assistant, this is also conversational. It's multimodal. It has insights into your customers' buying patterns and preferences. And it also knows about your brand's offerings. It knows about the inventories of products and other assets. So all of this really allows for personalized engagement and decision making. No more generic answers from commodity LLMs. So when my daughter goes online shopping for tops, the brand concierge can recommend the colors and styles that match the pants she bought in store a few weeks back. So see what I just did there. Now, if my daughter hears this, she would want all her favorite brands to have the brand concierge now. Over to Rachel to see this in action.
Thanks so much, Angel. So many of Marriott's premium properties can offer a personalized concierge experience in the lobbies of their hotels. But that type of experience isn't really scalable across all hotels in their portfolio. Or is it? If done digitally. Jump ahead with me to the last day of the conference. I've now shifted from business to leisure mode. And actually, these sunglasses help a lot with the bright lights. At the end of the conference, I receive a push notification about a celebrity chef dining experience. And can I just say, I love that Marriott knows that I'm a foodie. It's in my consumer profile. When I tap through, I enter a multimodal conversational experience that's powered by Adobe Brand Concierge. And will you look at these brand assets? There is nothing generic about this experience. It looks like the dinner is tonight at Marriott's partner Cosmopolitan Hotel. Let's get a little bit more information about it. Can you tell me more about the chef? Okay, this looks fun. I have to meet this guy. Let's book an 8 p.m. reservation for 4 tonight. Anyone want to come with me? Great. Well, Marriott was able to confirm my reservation instantly by linking me to a booking agent that's linked to Adobe Commerce. Well, back at Marriott, with Brand Concierge deployed to over 9,000 properties, they need a really simple way to analyze across all of the guest interactions. They'll, of course, do this using Adobe Customer Journey Analytics' new Data Insights agent. I'll simply ask AI Assistant, analyze Brand Concierge requests. This is looking across all 9,000 properties. I can even filter down just by business travelers. Seems like everyone's really interested in these chef experiences. Last, you may have noticed this real-time refresh button at the top. And yes, it does exactly what you were hoping it does. When I select this, all data and visualizations update to show in real time. There's no better way to get a pulse on what's happening right now across your entire consumer experience. All right, well, it's time for me to turn in my key card and check out. Back to you, Angel.
So basically, Brand Concierge is your personal shopping assistant. Marriott is leveraging this technology to make customers' experience more personal. Adobe is diving into this new area where they're using AI agent for personal experiencing and shopping and branding and what have you. That mean the end of spam emails and all that stuff. They are redefining the customer experience. They have other well-known CEOs like Jamie Dimons and some others, and we will look through it and find some more relevant information and further make updates on it.
Fantastic. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. So in addition to the brand concierge, what you also saw is the evolution of analytics. Conversations are the new way that both the marketers and decision makers, they draw insights from data. And as you heard, that the data insights agent is enabling that shift. Now, it certainly covers your basic scenarios like, what's my revenue by product, category this month or in a certain region. But it really shines with sophisticated capabilities such as forecasting, anomaly detection, causal analysis, and remediation. So, to give you one example of its power, it can compare audiences against stated goals and explain what are the potential reasons for any of the differences across this. Now, these are difficult things to do without this kind of a technology available to you. Now, this kind of an analysis can be applied to whether it's a purchase, customer onboarding, or order fulfillment funnels, and really enable your teams to take action quickly. So I'm sure you can appreciate how AI is transforming marketing. This technology will allow you to create more personalized and impactful customer experiences. We really look forward to seeing how you will leverage these innovations through our applications to drive unified customer experience. Thank you so much for your great partnership. And now I have the pleasure of welcoming Hilary Cook, Vice President, Global Marketing Operations at Marriott. Hilary.
Slightly on a different note, my next video would be on Notebook LM because it is a great tool for academic and students. I've been one for 10 years, so it is very important that people know how to use it, and it just changed the game for me. It changed how I read technical papers, how I do my research. It just changed everything. Subscribe, like, and share, and please let me know if there is something else I should go through.